Why did so many Bristol samplers blaze with this red thread? And what hidden stories lurk behind this striking color choice? What color was reserved for royalty and power? Hi everyone, welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving. So happy to see you again. Welcome to Samplers with Blue. My name is Bee. The channel is called Samplers with Blue because I love stitching on samplers. You'll see that a lot. And also one of my dogs' name is Blue, who is in the room with me right now. Yeah, he's often next to me. Thank you so much for subscribing, for watching, for liking, for doing all the things. I'm really thrilled that you're here. And if you're new, welcome. I've got a quick video today. I know it is Thanksgiving, so I'm just gonna get through it very, very quickly for you guys so you can enjoy the day with your family. Our kids are here. They're back with us for the holiday. They are home from school, from their different schools in various parts of Virginia, whether they're working or things of that nature. So we're very excited that they're down here. Yeah, so let's get into it. Today I wanted to talk to you about, we all know the Bristol Samplers. I've actually never stitched a Bristol orphanage sampler, and it's on my to-do list. I really want to do that. I wanted to talk to you about the samplers just a little bit. What's interesting to me is that they all use the color red. Sorry, I should take that back. Not all of them use the color red, but a lot of them use the color red. And, you know, you dive into it, you ask a couple questions like, why is it that they all use, or a lot of them use the color red? There's three main reasons. Number one has to do with affordability. It was the least expensive color at the time to use, and this was provided to the girls pre-dyed. Most likely it was provided to the yarn, and the linen and the floss were provided to the girls pre-dyed. So very inexpensive. Mueller, I think he had over 5 large orphanages, and I think there was like 10,000 orphans that were part of, that he took care of, he took in. So they had to go through a lot of materials while teaching these girls how to do needlework. So affordability, number one, most important. Number two, with the light colored linens, it provided a really nice contrast, high contrast. So therefore you can like easily see the letters and the different motifs. So that was another reason. It was a high contrast, and it was easy to learn with the high contrast, easy to see, easy to learn. And number three, it was more of a sentimental red. Also, you know, symbolizes love and compassion. So it was very nice to have that sentiment along with it. But it got me to dive a little bit deeper into that, which is, where does the red dye come from? And at the time, in the mid 19th century, it still came from madder root, which is a plant. It takes about 3 to 4 years to mature. And they basically grind up the mature plant and make a like a dye cake that they use to dye the linen. And one of these cakes was about 3 shillings, which is about $5 to $6 in today's currency. So not very expensive to get this red dye, although it does take 3 to 4 years for this plant to mature. So keep that in mind. On the other hand, what I found out I was like, let me find out what was the most expensive color to work with. And what I found out will surprise you and shock you. Okay, so I told you about the red color being the most affordable, but the most expensive color, and still to this day, is purple. The imperial purple, or the Tyrian purple. Did I say that correct? Yes, Tyrian purple. It comes from the ancient city of Tyre, or Tyre. I don't know how to say that. Tyre. Tyre. I think it's Tyre. Phoenician city of Tyre, which is in current day Lebanon. And this particular dye is extracted from a specific sea snail. It's called the Murex sea snail. So it takes about, I've seen anywhere between 10,000 to 15,000 little snails that they extract this gland in the snails, and then that produces this purple tint, which I was blown away by that. So 1 gram at the time cost is the equivalent to about $5,000 per gram today. It's still very expensive to get the true Tyrian purple. There's obviously, with the invention of synthetic dyes over, I guess, the latter half of the 19th century, that's when the synthetic dyes came on the market. It made all of the colors much more affordable, including purple. But purple was reserved for royalty, nobility, the royals or the imperials, right? So like Julius Caesar, he would have a toga, a purple toga that was dyed with this Tyrian purple dye, which was super expensive. But I did the math and figured out how many of these grams of dye were required, and it was the equivalent of the cost just for the dye, without the fabric, without, the labor costs. It was $70,000 just for one robe for Julius Caesar with this purple dye. I mean, that is crazy. It is so crazy to think about that. But yeah, it puts it all into perspective for me. And again, just going on the theme of thankfulness, how thankful am I that we get to have these beautiful, these beautiful colors dyed by these special people who work on these, and they're not super expensive. They're not out of our reach, and they produce such beautiful colors. So really thankful to all the dyers of whether it's flosses or linens or any of that, and of course thankful for all the designers. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I just thought that was pretty wild. So yeah, I do have something to share with you. Pretty excited about this one. I think if you guys have been on this channel for a minute now, you know that I've been working on Blackbird United We Stand, and I have a finish, guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You see that? It is finished. Now, a few videos back, I asked you guys whether I was gonna do it as a sampler or as a mattress. I've never done a mattress before, and I really want to learn how to do that. So I think I'm going to finish it as a mattress. One thing you'll notice, I don't know if you'll notice, but this is, it looks like a circle, but it's not an even circle, if you will, because the vertical linen, the count on the vertical linen is different than the count on the horizontal. So it's a little bit of an oval shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then instead of this is supposed to be the way the Blackbird, and I don't have the Blackbird book, United We Stand, with me right now. But if you look at it, it's a square in the Blackbird design, and mine is a little bit of a rectangle. So the mattress will be, I think I'm gonna pretty much do the mattress, but it won't be a perfect square top. It'll be a little bit of a rectangle. As you can see that this is a little longer than it is on the width side, if you guys can see that. So I'll have to be careful and make sure I compensate for that. When I'm cutting these, I can't go by this width. I have to go by this width just to make sure that I have enough material to cover the sides, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm really, this was the last part that I needed to do in the end. But I did commit to putting the year on here a while ago. So I'm happy that I finished it this year, and yeah. So I'll go into the rest of my whips very shortly. I don't have as many whips today because kids are in town and Thanksgiving and all of that jazz. You guys understand. But also I've decided to put Ginger and the needlework of Oscar Topsfield, as well as Merry Little Christmas, on pause for a moment, or time out, or however you like to call it, because I need to get into my Christmas ornament stitches, and that hasn't started. And usually every year by July, I will start the Christmas ornaments for the friends and family that typically get them. And I haven't done that this year yet. And we are like, countdown is on to Christmas. So I need to get started on those. So I'm gonna have to stop working on some of my whips. I will still show you my progress on Dorcas Haynes, which is a stitch along that I'm doing with some of my buddies. Jane and LaDonna and Leela, and I think Cindy might be also starting on this, working on this with me. So hi guys, I will show you my my progress on Dorcas Haynes, and then I will also show you my progress on Mary Wallace. But the other three that you guys have previously seen in my videos, I won't have them today just because of, you know, life craziness. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to share with you, I will also show you a little Thanksgiving start that I have, that I plan to do for Thanksgiving, which is today. So we're gonna do some magic. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it done. Guys, what is your favorite color? Tell me below in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. My favorite, I don't have one specifically. I do love blue. Blue's always been my favorite color, but I recently also love pink. So blue and pinks are my favorite. And of course, now I like greens a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I like blue, green, and pink. So I can't really decide between all of them. But you tell me what your favorite color is. Okay, By now you guys know that I like to pop a picture of where I was last week so you guys can compare it to where I am this week. So yeah, that's where I was. I had worked most of the little baskets and the little urns in the center of the sampler. I had worked on the alphabet a little bit and the border, as well as the heart. This week, I finished that third flower motif. I did the crown. I advanced further along onto this band with the blue and the orange. Worked a little bit more on the alphabet. And did I do anything in the border? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I worked on these leaves over here, just filling. You see how it's starting to get filled in. Compare that to last week. It was a little thin. So yeah, filling in on the border. And yeah, this was my birthday. Excuse me. This was my birthday start for this year from September, and I really love stitching on this. So I can't wait to get back to it. Okay, my next whip that I want to share with you guys is my progress on Dorcas Haynes. Dorcas Haynes is a project that I'm stitching together with some of my buddies from Virginia. Hello, Liberty ladies. Shout out to you guys. Miss you guys so much. Anyway, we started this as a group together in October. And where I was last week was I finished that sort of the vine of the third section, and I started filling in some of those the grape leaves. This week I'm almost done with the grape leaves. I just have this little grape leaf to do. And I started on the cluster of the grapes, which I said I was going to change the color. This is not the color that I was intending to change it to, but I did change it to this color, and I think I'm pretty happy. It is an over-dyed SWA 103. It is the Painter's Threads. I'm going to pause the video in a little bit and I will get it back. I will show you the color that it is, and then as well as these little I don't know what they're called, these little stems, or these little sprigs of that are part of the grapevine, the grape leaves. Anyway, so those are in that same color, and then this is also a Painter's Thread overdyed 103 situation. Yeah, this is another color, but I'm kind of liking the way that this looks, you know, a little bit different than it gives it a little bit of this depth to it, because it's not, you know, like a flat color, so it's an overdyed. And hopefully this it looks nice when I'm holding it up to the threads that I am planning on using to fill in to do the satin stitch inside the grapes. It looks good, but I don't know until I'll fill it in. So my plan for this next week is to complete this leaf and to, you know, do the grape clusters outline on each of these little stems, and then also these little squiggly situations. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, to do those, and as well as these, which those look a little light, but sometimes I think I err on the side of being too subtle, but I don't know. It kind of works. It's not supposed to, I don't know. Let's zoom in on that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is too light? Should I frog this and go with something a little bit darker? let me know. Yeah, so this is, that's the close-up of the grape cluster. Yeah. I'm loving this. I've been wanting, I've been talking about doing this sampler for a very long time and finally got it started and making my way through it. So really, really loving it. So if anybody's working on it and you'd like to share progress, I would love to share it with the group. And yeah, so join me. Hope you enjoy. Okay, the next thing that I want to start is I have this free chart from Tiny Modernist, and it's a tiny little guy, so I'm hoping that it shouldn't take me too much long to work on this one. So you'll see it's a little turkey with a pilgrim hat, and it says give thanks. I've pulled my own colors from Stash. So it's a mixture of Weeks, Cosmo, and Gentle Art floss with let me show you what I pulled out. So yeah, these are the colors for the wings of the turkey. Oh, there's also DMC in here. Yep. I've got Cosmo, I've got Classic Colorworks, Gentle Art, DMC, Gentle Art. Oh, and I also have a Belle Soie, some Weeks. Anyway, so these are the colors for, these are the colors for, oh, there's one that's hiding in here that I've selected. And then I'm planning on doing this on 40 count Seraphim Prairie Grass. Which I had left over from, oh, that's not looking at all like the color that I'm seeing in real life. Isn't that funny how it does that? I just want to put these in order before I go crazy. But so yeah, those are the colors that I want to use. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that? We'll see. We shall see. I might see if I need to incorporate this green. Although I don't know. I think that's kind of taking away. Maybe instead of this one. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe that. Okay. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll see what I do. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching the video, for liking, for subscribing. I really appreciate all your comments, everything that you guys do, and to support this little channel, to help me grow. Happy Thanksgiving, and I look forward to seeing you guys shortly. Happy stitching.